All right, Michael, here to give you an update on the latest on what's going on out there in the weather community. So far, we do have a few things that are happening out there, especially with the tropics. Tropical storm Cristobal has formed in the Atlantic, and that is going to take the name. And honestly, I expected that storm to be where that 70% chance of development was down there near San Juan, but this storm is actually out here. This storm is becoming something. It'll be eventually a tropical depression as it won't deal with anybody, which is a good thing. This is at the 5 p.m. advisory, so that storm has formed. So now we're looking at the D name that's possible that's going to be for this Atlantic disturbance one. Also, we have another Atlantic disturbance that we talked about before in the YouTube short and briefly. So let's talk about this right now. We have another Atlantic disturbance. This is going to be 40% chance in the next 7 days and a 20% in the next 2 days. But really, right here, I'm focused on this 80 in the next 2 days and 7 days. So we're going to get this storm eventually. So the tropics are very active on both sides. This is going to be the Pacific and the Atlantic that we're dealing with these storms. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get right into it. So currently, right now, for the Storm Prediction Center, we'll get back in the tropics in just a second. Storm Prediction Center here, as you can see, slight risk going to be around Louisville, Lexington, Evansville, Elizabethtown. You know the areas. Omaha into areas of Rapid City, Pierre, Sioux Falls. You're going to be dealing with these areas as well. So as you can see, a marginal risk of severe weather that's going to extend all the way down to Jacksonville, Florida, preferably maybe even St. Augustine. Let me see there, past St. Augustine, going to be near Deltona. That's what we're going to deal with there. Showers and thunderstorms for everywhere across multiple parts of the country. Some areas will not be getting those showers and thunderstorms. Marginal risk of severe weather: Toronto, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, west of New York. You're going to be dealing with it. So around areas of New Jersey, you're going to be dealing with it as well. Tornado risk going to be in these areas right here, as you can see. Louisville, Kentucky, you're in the tornado warning, as well as Rapid City. You're going to be in the tornado warning as well. So we have a lot to talk about with the severe weather, and we'll get to the HRRR in just a second. But as you can see, the wind threat with these dashed lines and the hail threat that's happening right here. So let's look at the radar of what's happening today. So, it's really a lot of showers and thunderstorm. We're not really there yet. I would say we still have way more to go. Flash flood warnings are in effect for multiple areas of Indiana. As you can see, that severe thunderstorm watch is in effect down here near southern Georgia. Severe thunderstorm warnings with some special weather statements that are in effect for Brunswick. Look at this big special weather statement. This includes Gainesville, Florida, southwestern sections of Jacksonville, Lake City. This is a big special weather statement with a cluster of showers and thunderstorms that will continue across this main supported line right there, as you can see. So there's a main line coming down from areas of Georgia, swinging back all the way around near Albany. This line here. You also have another line that's going to be along Tifton, Douglas, and Brunswick, Georgia. That special weather statement in effect there. That's a severe thunderstorm warning. I don't know if that just popped up, a severe thunderstorm warning. There's an effect that actually expires in a few, but severe thunderstorm warning in effect for areas that are near Fitzgerald, so you want to watch out for that. South of Albany, as we said, that severe thunderstorm warning is in effect there. As you get near Indianapolis, a line south of Cincinnati into areas of Louisville, you're going to be dealing with those severe thunderstorms. Louisville, you're really dealing with some rain right now, but eventually you might get some more severe storms. Another few storms down here as you get into areas of Kentucky, so that's something we got to watch out for. But a severe thunderstorm watch for those areas. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a severe thunderstorm watch for areas of northern Florida and southern Georgia. It'll surprise me. Also, the areas of Greenville County, so we do have to watch out for that there. That's going to include the areas of southern Greenville into areas of Piedmont. This may include sections near the downtown Greenville area, and include areas like Gant and Piedmont. Really got to watch out here. This is going to be for those areas of Greenville, Spartanburg. So we do have those line of storms that are continuing. Those storms are probably going to continue to fuel as we get into this area. That's what I meant by we're not necessarily done with this afternoon shower and thunderstorm activity. Honestly, in this whole entire area, you can start seeing those cells of storms start to fill up in those sections there, areas of South Carolina, North Carolina, into areas of Virginia, areas of Pennsylvania, areas of West Virginia, and into areas all across the southeastern and eastern Midwestern parts of the United States. We're going to be dealing with that. Flash flooding in effect. Multiple areas of flooding report. Flash flood report. This is rushing water at least 1 foot. So that's unknown, but at least 1 foot of rushing water here. We have here a flood report. Crop/yard flooding is ongoing due to continued rainfall over the past couple days. Very saturated ground. So we're going to be dealing with a lot of flooding in that section. As you can see there, we do have some reports of winds, possible tornado debris in the air, and trees were blowing. So that was there. And that was a report from the Storm Prediction Center, actually, if I'm not mistaken. So that report came from the Storm Prediction Center. So we have to be mindful of what's going on here. A lot that is happening with these storms that are happening in multiple areas, and that's something we want to look at. HRRR model, if I can just move to that in just a second. Mesoscale discussions that we have going on here. This is going to be down here by areas of California, Nevada, and Arizona. Wind probability is 55 to 70 miles per hour. That's going to expire at 6:45 p.m. Another mesoscale discussion that's going to be northeast of Denver. This is going to be 65 to 80 miles per hour, and 1 to 2 inches of hail are possible in those areas around that range. We do have one that's going to be north of Detroit. This is going to be up to 60 miles per hour with hail up to 1 1/4 of an inch there. So you do have a lot of severe weather that's happening. Like I said, Georgia, the Carolinas, don't think that all of this rain is gone. It's going to look nice and sunny for a second, but for some areas, it's going to quickly turn into a shower and thunderstorm activity for multiple of these areas. You know how these summertime storms get, and they just continue to basically surprise people of what's happening here. So here's a look at the GFS model. This is the 12Z run of the GFS model. And if we look down here, we do have our tropical storm that's going to move on there. You can kind of see it a little bit out there, a little bit of a spin of what's going on. But we do have this area right here where we're watching that storm. How far can that storm get? This is very unpredictable, but the models also hint off on something else. That later down the line, could we potentially have a hurricane on our hands as we get closer at the end of the month of August? As you can see there with the GFS model, we sort of get a storm there, and then it tries to survive and get near the United States. So there's a lot of questions. I mean, this is really just interesting. There's a lot of things happening. A lot could change, of course, and that's why we want to keep you alert. So here's a look at the HRRR model of what's going on across areas of the country. We're on the 18Z run here of this model, and showers and thunderstorms for multiple areas as you get into Thursday. Shower and thunderstorms across the Midwest repeat towards the south. This is going to be a long line of strong storms that is going to happen towards Thursday into Friday. You're going to be dealing with showers and thunderstorms that are going to be well across multiple areas. This is going to extend all the way from the Midwest all the way to areas of the Mid-Atlantic, to the Southeast, to the low country of the Carolinas, as far south as maybe even northern Florida, all the way to really Florida. Shower and thunderstorm activity, a lot of tropical moisture down here, as you can see with those showers and thunderstorms. We're going to be dealing with a lot of severe weather, no doubt about it. And this is why you have to be weather aware. Tornado risk going to be in effect areas of western of Indianapolis and west of Louisville, Kentucky. You're going to be dealing with that tornado risk. Wind threat going to be for a large area across the United States. Hail threat as well. They've been dealing with this hail. Marginal risk of severe weather for your day 3, which is going to be Friday, August 14th, down to areas like Raleigh, Kansas City, Indianapolis, Garden City, into Denver, into Omaha. You're going to be dealing with a marginal risk probabilistic because we don't have enough information on that just yet. But it is going to be an interesting severe weather that's going to be ahead for us, so we do have to watch that. The tropics, once again, we're watching that as well. Indianapolis, east of Indianapolis, you're dealing with a moderate risk of flooding today. Slight risk of flooding going to be areas of the northern part of the country into areas of the Midwest, down in Nashville, Tennessee. As you get into these areas, you're going to be dealing with Las Vegas, Tucson, east of Phoenix. You're going to be dealing with the slight risk of some flash flooding. Into tomorrow, we're going to have multiple areas, including Chicago, Denver, areas of Phoenix, I think that is, areas east of Phoenix, west of Albuquerque. You're going to be dealing with a slight risk of some flooding that's happening. Marginal flooding going to be in areas of Georgia and all of those northern states that you're going to be dealing with. Wraps back around to areas of the west. A lot of areas that are going to be dealing with flash flooding in areas of Chicago and Denver. That seems to be the highlight of severe flooding. Slight risk of flooding going to be available, well, not available, rather, going to be possible for you on Friday, August 14th. So that's what you got to deal with, the excessive rainfall. So that's what we're going to be dealing with. A lot of shower and thunderstorm activity expected for multiple areas. It's going to be an active severe weather pattern as you get here from the National Weather Service. As you can see, heat advisories. It's starting to get hot again, folks. Heat advisories are in effect for areas of central Georgia, southern Georgia, into areas of the low country of the Carolinas, areas, almost the entire state, if not the entire state of Florida, is under a heat advisory. I think everybody's under a heat advisory except for the Florida Keys, but Monroe County is under that heat advisory in the mainland. So everyone advisories. Heat advisories for the entire state of Alabama, heat advisories the entire state of Mississippi. Extreme heat warnings in effect for areas of Arkansas. Heat advisories in effect for Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma. All these heat alerts in effect. Kansas City, St. Louis, you're included in that as well as Nashville, Indianapolis. You're going to be on the flood side of this. Severe thunderstorm watch that is going to be in effect there for Louisville, Kentucky. If you live in Evansville, heat and severe storms, not a good combination. Louisville, you're under severe thunderstorm watch right now. Evansville, you're under that heat advisory that you're going to be dealing with there in a few days. But the main concern right now, severe thunderstorm watch. Flood watches are in effect all over the place. Flood watches everywhere. Flash flood warnings everywhere. Warnings, warnings, warnings. Very active day of severe weather. We're going to be seeing a lot of severe weather, severe thunderstorm warnings, severe thunderstorm watch, rather, rapid city areas north of Denver, severe thunderstorm watches, air quality alerts in the west as usual. It's just a lot of severe weather that we're about to deal with here. This is a lot, and when I mean a lot of severe weather, don't let your guard down. If it is sunny outside and you're in that risk of severe weather, make sure that you're weather aware. At any given time, a severe storm could come out of nowhere. Specifically, if you're in those tornado region zones, you have the possibility to be dealing with that severe weather. As you can see here from our map, we have a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity, the severe thunderstorm watch specifically around Evansville. But make sure that you're weather aware. Make sure you have a way to get those alerts and whatnot. My name is Michael, here to give you an update on the latest on what's going on out there in the weather community. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with a person you know. Have a great rest of your day. Also, stay safe out there. Those temperatures are getting hot and that severe weather is striking. Make sure to keep safe.